We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez.
I am a visionary. Like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes.
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman.
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris.
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
And our good buddy Mahoney.
And Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your take's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What's happening, everybody? Today is Tuesday, January 30th, 2024, and this is episode number 650 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
The haters said I couldn't do it, and they were correct.
Jose Guzman.
Chili good.
Chili is good. Kelly Harris is here. What's up, Kelly?
I've been fighting the haters all week.
And our good buddy Mahoney.
I don't know what's going on, but I do know that Netflix doesn't do shit for sports media reporting standards. That's what I
Right.
know.
So, we were supposed to watch a fucking movie, but we're not gonna do that. It's been 2 weeks. You need to fucking vibe a little bit. News has happened. Oh, such news. Kelly got into so many internet fights with fucking mouth breathers. Good times. Good
I
times.
won every single one of them.
Every single one without fail.
When an internet stranger tells your friend that they wouldn't do a thing, and you're like, oh no, they would definitely do this thing. You have no idea. You're out of your depth.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I think I responded to the same one, like, oh, buddy, you have no idea. It's adorable. You think you wouldn't.
This man yelled stone cold when our waitress dropped a glass.
So imagine what happens if it gets riled up.
Yeah.
Fucking nonsense.
Kelly's best days.
Oh,
I saw a
God.
video. I had to pull that up to show Mary the root beer video, and I found one that was like 20 different Oh No root beer videos just stacked on top of each other. So it was just like,
Good God.
I bet by video 14 you get real tired of that.
well, no, they were all playing at the same
Oh,
time.
they were all at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh, root beer, no.
Oh no, root beer! Oh no, root beer! Oh no!
That's real aggressive.
We
Real
got
aggressive.
some real positive reviews coming out of our last episode, guys.
We did.
We were wild.
People love the soundboard.
And now
People
Jose's
love Duck
back.
Jose.
Oh yeah, fucking Duck Jose rules.
Duck Jose, how was your week? I want my sound.
Fucking nonsense. Absolute nonsense. So yeah, got plenty to talk about. So yeah, fucking get at it. Before we move on too far, there's no way to segue into this, honestly. it just occurred to me the other day as I was working on the homework with my oldest. She is 16. Like, I have like a
Yikes.
whole ass person. It's crazy.
They
But
still make you help them with homework when they're 16. God
buddy,
damn.
yeah, it's not going anywhere. And then just when you think you're out of the fucking water, the little one starts needing help with his homework, and then you realize they fucking changed math again. But she was having to do some goofy bullshit. I forget what it was, but I'm like, this is objectively fucking stupid and doesn't serve any function whatsoever. Okay. And I got like a hard flashback, like fucking PTSD, like recovered memories I buried deep of diagramming sentences. You guys remember diagramming sentences?
Yeah.
What, like subject predicate shit like that?
No. Like for a hardcore like sentence diagram, you can fucking like draw lines on every single word, and you gotta like you branch out where the participles are and all of this shit. And I remember being surrounded by like the smartest kids in the school, and all of us being like, "This is fucking dumb. None of it makes sense. This is too hard and too stupid. What's the fucking point?" And the point was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is about as useless a skill as exists on the planet Earth. Like there's like, there's no no one's like, "Oh shit, you diagrammed the fuck out of that sentence, bro. High five." Like not even that. Like you got nothing. There's no there. And we took tests on it. Multiple tests.
Yeah, I diagram sentences at a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
you
that's
don't.
the type
No
of
one
shit
does
you should
that.
have to get you should have to get a secondary education. Like, if your job calls for diagramming sentences, you should have to go learn that separate.
Fucking ridiculous.
Tell me, which sentence has the predicate?
Yeah. But they will, I don't think they'll do that now. They don't do a lot of shit. Like they have they did like a semester of science. They don't even do science for the whole year now. It's ridiculous.
That explains a lot.
Man,
Yeah.
I do not remember this diagramming sentences shit at all.
Maybe you didn't have to do it. Maybe you got lucky. You
This-
didn't have to do it.
This looks
Down
like some of
south
that
said,
new
"Nah,
English.
fuck that."
It's just so stupid. It's such a pain in the ass. And like
So
There's
it's like
no-
you're making multiple sentences, kind of like almost like Scrabble, but with words.
no, they would present you with a sentence, and then they'd say diagram the sentence. And so you got to break down like on all these fucking brands. It's like making a flow chart for a sentence. Kind of. That's the best I can come up with explaining it. It's like a flow chart for a sentence, where every word has some branch that it can go off of, and if you put the branch off on the left, it's not right. You got to fucking do it on the right, or else it's so stupid. Just an utterly useless skill.
I just said to Lisa tonight, because Katie had some problem in whichever, she has multiple English classes, but in one of them there was some problem because she couldn't spell exuberance. And I was
In
like,
math?
this is the hardest part. No, in an English class.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
this is the hardest part of being a parent for me, because I cannot bring myself to care whether or not she can spell exuberance. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
I don't know how to pretend like that's important to her, Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's great, Mahoney. You're already halfway there, because I was going to give you some advice since you were worried about still having to help the kids with their homework around 16 is if you don't want to do that around that age, just stop showing interest and just emotionally abuse them, and they won't ask you for help with their homework. Like that's at least how my dad did it.
That's one approach. That's one approach. I don't know that I'll take that advice, but I'll file it away.
Yeah, next time they come at you with a problem with their homework, just look at them and go, "What are you, fucking dumb?"
Yeah, I mean, Will, if you ask me for help with your homework one more time, I will put you through a fucking wall.
Can't even imagine.
I told Jackson I'm going to set him on fire the other day, and he goes, "You always say that."
Always say it, never follow through. Classic
Never-
dad.
I got to fucking light him up
Okay.
one of these days. He called my
Okay.
fucking bluff.
You just flashed me back to a moment I had today with Will. I am
Who was how old
putting him
now?
to bed. He is 7.
7. All right.
Put-
Make sure everybody
Putting
knows.
him to bed. And I'm like, he like finishes like brushing his teeth and all that. He goes, he's climbing into his bed. I'm like, man, is there anything better than getting into bed at the end of a day? It's so soft. It's so warm. He has his little iPad. I'm like, you got your iPad. You can watch anything you want on it. And he's like, anything I want? And I'm like, yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
And he goes,
Uh-oh.
so I could watch somebody get burned to death? And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to watch that. But like, yeah, it's probably on the internet somewhere. Like, what do you mean watch somebody get burned to death? You fucking maniac.
Not on the internet. In person.
Oh, that is fucking awesome.
I was like, okay,
Jesus.
that's a watch area. We'll be paying attention to that.
Yeah, see if he does like
Ugh.
enjoys setting fires.
Yeah. You can watch anything
Kelly.
you want.
Kelly, who doesn't enjoy setting
The
fires?
For
Come on.
real. For real.
That's true.
Yeah, really.
Come
Come
on.
on, Kelly.
But you need to look in his eyes and see if it's hey, this is cool. Look in his eyes, or
Yeah. Is there worried or
does he
amazed?
look like a pervert?
Does he look
Yeah,
like he
like-
wants
Yeah.
to worship it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he see
Exactly.
God in the flames? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Look out
Yeah.
for that.
When I was a teenager, my grandfather gave me a bunch of like old colognes and
When
shit
I was a teenager.
from his time as a youth. And one of my favorite things was taking a candle and spraying the candle with the cologne. It was pretty cool.
That sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
would
little poops of fire. Yeah, we would just fill our mouths up with hairspray and shoot fireballs.
You guys,
There was a
my parents got me
Yeah.
a fucking brulee torch for Christmas.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay, no
Yes.
good come from that. Come
What
on.
do you mean? We've been roasting marshmallows in the kitchen. What do you mean no good?
Yeah, he's gonna.
Oh, I
creme
thought you meant
brulee.
like back in the day.
No.
This
Like,
this-
why would they
this
do
past
that? That's
Christmas.
horribly irresponsible.
Like I've been lighting shit on fire recently.
Oh, okay, that's fine. See, that's the difference between being in your 40s versus your fucking 20s.
Mm-hmm. I know what I'm getting all the kids for Christmas this year. Brulee torches.
Will's gonna be fucking stoked.
Yeah. Ours is teal.
It's awesome. Oh shit. Jack started playing Kingdom Hearts, which is gonna be real
Okay.
interesting. Because there's gonna come a point where he's gonna have questions, and I'm not gonna be able to answer them.
Nope.
Because that I played all those games, but that lore is so far up its own ass, none of it makes sense. So he's gonna be like, "What about this?" And I go, "Fuck, I don't know." Like, I don't know. It's a fucking, it's a heartless. I don't know what to tell you. Like, no, I don't know why that guy's alive again. No, I don't know why he's dead again. No, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that person's doing here at all. I have no idea. Just go for it.
Look, Mickey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and he's kind of like a ninja. So yeah, that'll be really fun too for you. You got that to look forward to too, Mahoney, as the kids get older, playing more advanced games. Like, if it was a pain in the ass, and they couldn't just jump over a chasm playing Mario or some shit. Now they're like, help me solve this fucking Tomb Raider puzzle. And like, shit, haven't done that in a long time.
That was like the day after Christmas when Will briefly was into that whatever that new Star Wars game is on PS5, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to play this while you watch me. Like, if you'd like to play it, that's fine. But like, I got shit to do. Like, I'd love to sit and play this game, but like, who's doing the laundry? You know?
I just finished that game the other day. It's quite good.
Freaking laundry simulator.
Yeah.
Laundry.
The laundry.
I beat that game today too.
Oh man, I was grinding today getting my XP for dishes.
Nice.
Unlock that new fabric softener.
Oh, it makes for a good combo once you get it in there.
It's weird though, because when you do chores, your energy dips. So then I have to go out in the garage and recharge my energy.
Get your power up.
Yeah, that's why whenever like I get to a game and they go a little too hard with it, they're like, oh, no, I gotta go do the dishes. I go, the fuck I do? I do the dishes in real life. I'm not gonna clean your bullshit fake digital dishes. You can fuck off. Which
Oh,
I nearly
man.
shit my pants when my kids went to like a VR birthday party, and I'm like, Zoe, what are you playing? She says, Job Simulator. I
Yep.
slapped her across the mouth. I'm like, nah, no.
Job simulator.
How about you go get one of them?
Yeah, I play Job Simulator
Clock
too,
into a
and when I
job
do it,
that
I'm a
pays you
hitman.
back.
I'm doing something cool. I guess that's a job simulator if you count saving the world.
I mean,
you
to be
fucking
fair,
mooks.
aren't we all just really playing Job Simulator?
Basically.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Excel
kinda.
is?
I played Job Simulator real hard yesterday. Today, actual job. Yesterday, I was barely simulating a goddamn thing.
Simulate this.
It
bowl.
happens. Yeah, that's all I got, man. What's going on with you guys? What's happening?
Shit, what is going on? Okay, so after
Tell us
our
what it
last
be like.
show, I did go and see Oppenheimer because it had returned to theaters. Went all by myself like a big boy. It was such a great time. But I do
Was
have
it like 2 p.m. or something like that?
yeah,
Like
it
the
was 2
middle of the
p.m.
day. Yeah.
2 in the afternoon. So
Yeah.
let me
The
show
perfect
you.
time to go to a movie all by yourself and have some nice space all to yourself.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
So let me show you. If you guys can see it. So I was the first one to book my ticket. I am this
You can see it. Yeah.
this seat right here, dead center, 3 rows behind the handicap seats. And when I
Might
took
I
this-
say, optimal seat choice.
yeah.
A plus.
And
A plus.
also, like, there are people in front of me, but they're not directly in front of me. So at least the guy in front of me was nice and didn't pick the seat directly in front of me. And this was the day before, and there were only 4 tickets sold. And it was like, oh, this is gonna be a fucking cool 2 in the afternoon Oppenheimer, just with a bunch of bros seeing Oppie by themselves.
And
And I get there. This is row G. I get there. I get a half cheddar, half caramel popcorn. I get myself a big ass soda. I think it was a strawberry vanilla Dr. Pepper or Mr.
Hell
Pibb.
yeah.
Then I walk into the theater, and I walk up to my row, and I see there's a pair of people in my row. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. But they couldn't possibly be sitting near where I'm sitting, are they? And then I realize they are sitting directly next to my assigned seat, and they have all their shit sitting in my seat. There are 5 people in this theater, and they have their shit sitting in my seat. Look at this. Look at this shit. There are
That is
Fucking
horrendous.
absurd.
there
Absolutely
are 2
absurd.
more seats purchased than when I showed you last time, and they are sitting. I took this screenshot while I was in the bathroom. I said to them, I have my shit. I walk in and I see them with their shit in my seat and sitting right next to where I'm going to be sitting. And I say to them loudly, I say, I'm going to leave my stuff right here, but that's my seat. And I fucking dropped my popcorn and drink and said, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. And then I fucking pulled up Fandango on the phone in the bathroom and took this screenshot to show you guys that
Yep.
these motherfuckers sat right next to me. So either they're psychopaths. They're swinger psychopaths that want to cut my balls off, or they're just completely clueless. Like they skipped the part where they picked seats, and it just like AI
I don't know,
decided,
man.
hey, be a friend.
I don't know.
Well, what is the explanation that makes you feel the best, Lee?
I don't think
honestly
you can.
I can't figure
skip
it out.
Yeah, I
don't think you
honestly
can
have
skip it.
no explanation.
We're-
Yeah.
Like, I think you have to choose those seats, and
Okay,
it
but
won't, or
what
it won't
about-
let you proceed.
What about if you go up to the box office? The person at the
No.
box office picks the seats for you, right? Or do you
No.
pick your seats?
They turn the screen around and show it to you and say, where do you want to sit?
Yeah, you have to pick it.
Okay, so I decided to
They wanted to pick you up.
I think what I did is
Yeah.
I sat 2 seats down from where my seat was supposed to be. But then these 2 guys came in and sat down right fucking in front of me, which that's their seats. So that's not their problem.
Yeah, that's
Let's
fine.
say again.
So
You picked the perfect spot.
it almost, maybe they're just bullies. They're spot
Yeah.
bullies, and they thought they
Could've
could
been.
just get away with it. So
This is our spot.
yeah, I
You
got
got fucking seat mogged.
I got people directly to the right of me. I got people directly in front of me. So I fucking got up and went to this completely empty row behind us where anyone else could have sat.
Should have sat up there and been like, "Fuck you guys."
I did.
Yeah.
Just throw popcorn at him.
I did make a little like huffy sounds as I'm picking my shit up.
Oh my god.
You should have
So-
tripped on one of them. Oh, excuse me, land in their lap.
Lee called it the perfect seat. Now my choice would have been that back row,
Right.
dead center person. And you'll notice there's not a person within 20 feet of them. Look at
Yeah.
them. Look at that beautiful empty space they have.
Yeah. But
They're
It was-
They're like the people who Uber drive to trap you.
yeah, because they want to have a
And
conversation.
been like, "So you like
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan?"
I'm honestly surprised they didn't book the seats on either side of you.
Just double
Like
jerk
someone
off.
who, like you look for the middle seat on a Southwest flight. They want to talk to you
Yeah.
the whole way. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
They both sit down. They put a popcorn right in your lap and look at you.
Oh, I was fucking.
You're like,
I was-
why's the bottom got a hole in it?
I was a little bit heated because it's like I don't understand.
It's a dumb thing to get mad about, but I completely get it. Like
Yeah,
it's
agreed.
so absurd. Like
Of all the
I
places.
probably should have after the movie, which was great. I loved it. Great experience. Everybody behaved themselves. Nobody touched me or tried to be my friend. And it moves. Like it's 3 hours long, but it did not feel like it. It got to a point where they're testing the bomb. I'm like, oh shit, this is almost over. But yeah,
about to make
really
Godzilla.
good. And maybe I should have, after the movie, I should have walked up to them and be like, okay, I have to know. I have to know because I have to now tell this story to people. Why did you pick these seats? Because I was literally the first person that bought a ticket. There were nobody else in the theater. Nobody else has anyone else sitting next to them that they didn't come with. Why?
so why are you broken?
Why?
What is wrong
What
with you?
if-
What
why?
have you done?
Yeah.
One of the guys just looks you right in the eyes and he goes, "Who the fuck is Jason?"
What's worse, this or when someone just sits in your seat because they don't give a fuck?
That.
Like it's
I
not
bet.
their assigned seat.
Yeah, because if it's not your assigned seat, you just go, "Hey, man, that's my seat," and they go, "Oh shit, right, my bad," and
Right.
they just fuck off and leave. Right? It's obnoxious that they didn't check, but whatever, no harm, no foul. This was a conscious choice
Mm-hmm.
to like. I don't. I mean, if I booked 1,000 movie tickets, not one time would I pick those seats in that situation. Like, there's absolutely
Never.
not a chance.
Never.
Not a chance.
Never. I also would have been. So I know you put
Literally,
your stuff down.
not figuratively. Literally never.
Yeah, exactly. You put your stuff down and were like, "Hey, I'm going to the bathroom," and then you checked that map. The moment I noticed they were in my row and near me, I would have had the map up and I would have been like, "All right, looks like we're in row 5 now." Like I would have just immediately changed. I would have absolutely never gone anywhere near them.
But see, the thing that gave me pause is so I didn't sit in my exact seat initially. I sat like 2 seats down from them. Is I don't want to be the
Yeah.
guy sitting in somebody else's fucking seat.
Well,
so
no, I would have kept the app up. I would have kept checking. I
Well,
would have kept watching.
that was kind of the point of me pulling up in the bathroom is to be like, just to make sure it wasn't going to be a
Can
full
I
theater.
go? This is fucking dumb. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Wild, man. I don't know.
It's just and I send this to Mary and I'm like, and she's like, this is just another reason why I don't like going to the movies in situations like
seriously.
this. I said to her recently, because what was it? I think it was Godzilla -1. There was a couple that came in late, seemed like they were drunk, and they were just on their phones, just looking at their phones the entire time. But they were like 4 or 5 seats down from us in the same row, but it was still distracting.
Oh yeah,
and
no, in that
annoying.
case you just hit
Can't
him
be
in the
doing
face
that
with
in
a
the
fucking
same
brick.
row.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Can't be doing that in the same row.
I said to her, I was like, or no, I said to the group, I was like, you know what? I'm thinking of this new thing I'm going to try when people are fucking around on their phones at the movie theater. I'm just going to pull up my phone flashlight and just shine it on them.
I like that.
But
Big fan of that. Love that.
But then I thought people are going to think that I'm videoing them. Like, I'm just putting the flashlight up, but they're going to think I'm trying to make them go viral. So,
That's true.
you know what I
Yeah.
should have done is I should have just sat next to this guy and just
Or-
spread out, got real comfortable, got real loud and munchy with my popcorn. Or like, every time somebody came on screen, I could have been like, "Who's that?" Make them move. Yeah, next time, I gotta make them move.
How about
Yeah.
we just get in the habit of every time we go to a movie, we also bring with us a can of silly string.
Yeah.
The motherfucker looking at TikTok like, let's go 3 rows across. Silly
And
string
maybe
his ass.
just like a
One more. Once again, you know who could have easily browsed whatever they wanted to on their phone and not been a disturbance to anybody? That person sitting
in
way
the
in that
back,
back
yeah.
One
row,
in the back,
completely
Back row
distanced from
guy.
everyone.
You could have been jacking it. You'd have never known.
It's true.
You'd
Not
never
bothering
know.
anybody. Not
I hope he
bothering
was.
anybody. Yeah.
I hope he was.
It's
Pour one
considerate.
out for Pee Wee. Yeah, pour one out for Pee Wee.
Probably not as good of a seat though.
I
Let me just
mean,
say,
I don't know. It sounds pretty great to me.
I'm gonna just take a moment to give a new shout out to our new Apple Podcast transcriber
Oh,
for this amazing exchange we've had to have.
Yeah, we had to
B.
we had to click on a link
P.
and approve Apple Podcasts to transcribe us from now on.
Yeah, because they're trying to make the podcast more accessible.
What was the one thing?
approve them to transcribe us. I fucking dare them to transcribe us.
It's like, you know, that's
Transcribe this hand.
real weird. It's just, to be like, we want to make the podcast more. It's an audio medium. It's like, you don't get to, like, what are you going to do next? Fucking try to make a handicapped accessible fucking album? It doesn't make any sense. It's an audio medium. Very odd.
I mean,
I have been listening to audiobooks for a bit now, and there was one point where I was like, hey, it was like late at night or something. My volume was low because I couldn't have it up high. And I was like, can I play this with captions? And the app was basically like, no, that's a fucking book. I was like, yeah, good point.
I said, what? You want to read this book? We're reading
I
to
was
you?
like, can I read this audiobook? And they were like, yeah, go to the library. Like, go get a copy.
while you're at it, buy yourself a fucking Clue.
Yeah.
Lee,
Like,
Lee
two
said,
seconds. Good point.
Motherfucker, I'm reading to you right now.
Lee said,
That's great.
the first handy-capable album. I think that was Lou Bega's Mamba No. 5.
Oh, womp womp.
You know what I found out the meaning behind that song is?
What?
I cannot wait to see where this is going.
Seriously.
So, Mambo number 5 references the 5th continent he had sex in.
What? That's wild. Lou Bega, you
Can't be.
crazy, man.
Yeah. Smashing.
Did you hear the story? I don't know what book he was working on, but Stephen King got obsessed with Mambo No. 5. He was listening to it on a loop, and he was listening to like all the like remixes and mega mixes and shit like that.
That's hilarious.
To the point where his wife said, "If you play that song one more time, I'm filing for divorce."
You
The
play that one more
trumpet.
time, I'm calling Dean
Almost
Koontz.
finished.
I always wanted a fucking like a college movie, and I wanted the dean to be named Dean Koontz. Or wait, is that a how high joke? In How High, the Dean is named something punny, but I think it might be Dean Cain in How High.
I watched Invincible a little while back. What's available now for season 2 at least, and Reginald Vell Johnson plays the principal of RVJ High School as Principal Vell Johnson. It's very funny.
How did he get that job after he shot a kid?
After he shot a kid.
I got you.
Kid probably wasn't very important.
Yeah.
So somber.
Did anybody
Or went
show
out for that dead kid.
Did anybody show Jose the sounders?
I don't think so. Jose, have you seen the soundboard yet?
You each individually
Ducks,
through
huh?
Discord can play sounds.
Oh my.
And Kelly uploaded his own custom sounds, like delayed Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
No root beer! No root beer! No root beer! Root beer! No root beer!
Oh my.
So last week when you weren't here, we said you were here, but you were a duck, and every time we wanted you to talk, we would just go.
Nice.
But it was more like this. It was like, all right, Jose, tell us about your week. That was such a long pause.
I kept waiting for Mahoney to do it.
I thought the joke was that there was no response at first.
Oh, goddamn.
Upload our own, huh?
Nope.
It's crazy. It's crazy talk.
Such technology.
Yeah. Good for you, technology.
Well done.
Oh shit,
Justin TV.
we can share them. That's fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Here, Lee, I got one to share with you.
God damn it. You know what that wasn't? A motherfucking eagle.
No,
It's the son of freedom.
that was a hawk named Gerald.
Yeah, that's a motherfucking
Right,
hawk,
'cause-
Jose.
Eagles don't sound like that. They actually sound like.
Oh shit. What you got going on, Jose?
I just got back from Chicago, which
And
was
boy,
cold as
are
fuck.
his arms tired.
After getting back from Kansas, which was cold as fuck.
Yeah. Did you see Taylor Swift?
See her where?
In Kansas.
We're in Kansas.
Was she in Kansas?
A couple
I mean,
times.
probably.
Oh yeah, for the Foosies balls.
I'm going to go ahead and say
You know-
he didn't see Taylor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
ahead.
I mean that seems.
I'm gonna
seems
say
like,
that he might have, and we'd still never know.
What if
yeah.
what if Taylor was like one of No Name's relatives and she
Right.
was just hanging out at the family gathering?
In the pool, just chilling in
Jose's
the
like,
pool with
"Who?
Jose.
What?"
Petting
That's
his cat.
basically Lee's Miley Cyrus story.
Kinda, yeah. It's not that.
Holy shit. What the fuck was it that Jose said? It was jacked Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said he was watching SmackDown in a bar and it's jacked Billy Ray Cyrus versus LA Attitude Era fucking tribute band.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And also,
And then he
shared
he
this
was
on
like-
a Thursday.
Yeah. It's like, motherfucker, where are you watching SmackDown and who are you talking about? Oh, he's talking about AJ Styles. He's talking about AJ Styles, clearly. Jack Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
Straight up does look like Jack Billy Ray Cyrus. That's
I mean,
tremendous,
Does
Jose.
he not?
No, he definitely
does.
does.
He's got,
He's got
the,
the
like,
hair. He's got the fucking beard.
yeah, he's got the late stage Miley's dad, Billy Ray Cyrus hair.
Yeah, it's pretty great, Jose. You fucking nailed that one in one, let me tell you.
Yeah. I thought I did pretty good with that one.
You do amazingly. I just got to get inside the mind.
Yeah. See, and that's half the journey.
Well, it's hard because once you get inside the mind, all you hear
It's
is
not coming out.
All right, new game. AJ Styles or Billy Ray Cyrus?
Oh my god! Holy shit. Jose,
Huh.
that's fucking yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Oh, that's so
I mean,
great.
it's completely that.
Beautiful. I love it.
It will never be unseen. Transcribe that shit. Jack Billy Ray Cyrus.
Quack quack.
Yeah.
Jack. If you just add another first name to him, Jack Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray looks like Mac from It's Always Sunny here.
He does right
Yeah.
there, yeah.
So he's even Jacked or Jack Mac.
Achy Breaky Heart Billy Ray Cyrus does not look like the same person.
No.
Oh.
Well,
No.
you just hear me talk about 40s versus 20s, Kelly. That's how that shit goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell
Well,
you
yeah.
what, you talk to us
Little
when
country
you get
twink
into
back
the
then.
40s, Kelly.
But he
You
also
probably look
had
the same.
Hannah Montana money to get work done, too.
True.
Mhm.
Oh, shit. AJ Styles or Travis Tritt? Look at him. Trash.
AJ Styles, your hair is magnificent, though. That's what we're all trying to get at here. Very
AJ
good.
Styles, how can you possibly believe that the earth is flat with hair like that?
Yeah, if that's not full body and round, what else is?
Mm-hmm.
He's a Kyrie Irving?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess if you look at him long enough, you could see it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's probably a little bit religion and probably a little bit he never had a globe in school.
Yeah.
And, all those hits to the head.
Mhm.
There's also
Well,
that. You
yeah,
can't-
yeah. Let's not take away the hits to the head.
That CT be hitting real good.
I bet he
Yeah.
wish he could.
Man, I started listening to a podcast about Aaron Hernandez and like the CTE and the murders and all that stuff.
Yeah?
And stat is that the general population has about a 3% chance developing some kind of a CTE over their lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
Even at the high school level, a high school athlete, that jumps to 12%. And for NFL players, it's 91%.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you're going to get that shit.
It's just
Fucking
weird.
wild.
I knew a guy in high school who, by our senior year, had 16 concussions playing sports.
Bro, that's not even a brain anymore.
That
Well,
they
the thing-
16 that they knew of. You
The
know.
wild shit about CTE is that we're talking about it, and that 16 concussions, obviously terrible, but you can get CTE without getting a single concussion. It's not even about the
Yeah.
severity. A
Yeah.
whole bunch of tiny hits, it just fucking turns your brain to soup. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I fucking watch, all little kids when they're learning to fucking walk. You know what every kid will do if you give them a toy car? They will put two hands on that sumbitch and run as fast as they can, head first down a hallway. Their first natural impulse is to set them down the path to fucking pudding brain. It's ridiculous.
Pudding brain.
Next
that
thing
reminds
you
me.
know,
I went
had
to.
we-
I said to Lisa at one point with this whole Travis Kelce Taylor Swift thing, she was like, this could be it. Like, they might get married. And I was like, yeah, but he's a football player, which means he's going to get CTE and then he's going to turn abusive. So you don't really want Travis Kelce and Taylor
no.
Swift getting married.
He could be just the applesauce CTE. He doesn't have to be the abusive CTE.
Yeah. He might
Yeah.
just be
Yeah.
like they'll
you
go
think?
out and put put leaves on the lawn for him to rake.
And he's
Yeah.
still
No.
pretty young, and he's going for another ring. And I feel like Taylor Swift is his out from the NFL.
Yeah,
Still
but
waiting
the
for his
damage
rap
is
album
done.
to drop.
Sure, but medical science can do. He's rich. Taylor will get him the fucking care he needs.
Why do people
We'll
care
see.
so much about the Taylor Swift and this boy? I don't understand.
You know,
like, what?
Lee, I was going to say, I'm so proud of you for kind of watching a sports thing. It had to be a fucking violent murderer, but
Yeah,
look
that's
at
what
you.
it's about. It's about the murder
Yeah.
and the trauma. Yeah, that's what gets me.
But Lee,
All right, Lee, let me explain this real fast to you.
Oh, Tay
You know how
and,
much-
and Travis Kelce, yes.
You know how much you love Optimus Prime?
Sure.
That's how much these girls love Taylor Swift.
Bro, I don't even know if that's true.
No, see, I get that, right? Like, I get that you're
Lee-
like a fan of something. Like, I'm into. I get that,
Mm.
but I
Now
don't know
imagine if Optimus Prime was dating Travis Kelce and was going
Dating
to
the
be
Pink Power Ranger.
was going to be at the Super Bowl, and you're like, shit, if I go to the Super Bowl, I might be able to see Optimus Prime in person.
I just don't think I'd give a fuck. I don't understand.
You wouldn't
And-
go to a football game if there was a chance you could see real life Optimus Prime.
Probably not.
What?
And then you find out that wait, which one is Taylor Swift again? The Pink Power. So then Optimus Prime has like the coolest brother in the world, and you're like, all right, they all hang out together. This is great.
I can't get over that Lee would have an opportunity to see real life Optimus Prime and would just be like, nah, I'm good.
I think he's just being
Don't
contrary
listen to him.
because
The
he
man
doesn't like
goes
Taylor
out in the
Swift.
snow to photograph his toys. Okay, he would definitely go and see
Yeah.
real life Optimus Prime.
That was my art.
Don't listen to him.
I just don't like. Of course she has a fucking boyfriend, and of course they have friends and shit. I don't know why it's so fucking interesting.
She's just the closest thing we have to royalty right now, Lee.
Lee, you've seen every episode of the television program Friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that feels more like it was forced upon him.
but also that's a fucking.
Everybody watched Friends.
But
Yeah.
also, like, that's a fucking show. It's a fictional thing. I don't know. But like, I've also literally never been like a reality TV person either. So like, I don't understand the fascination with just some fucking Joe Schmo. Like,
You're telling me you never watched Rock of Love?
Oh,
I
hell
did
yeah.
not.
You
Fuck
never
yeah.
watched?
You never saw when she
Flavor
put
of
the food in
Love?
the microwave?
Kelly, are
The
you just
only-
naming all my favorite shows?
Yes. You never watched the Rock of Love season that was on a bus?
The only reality show I
They're all
remember
about it.
watching
I Love Money, Lee.
was I
You
watched
ever
a
watch I
show
Love New
called
York?
The
Yes.
Swan. I watched The Swan, and that was some wild shit.
That was one of the weirdest reality programs of all time.
I know, but that's what made me have to watch it. So, for those of you that don't recall, The Swan was a Fox program when Fox was doing some wild shit in the reality space.
Mm-hmm.
So The Swan, the premise of that is you would like send in your videos and be like, "Look how homely I am," and then they'd be like, "Okay, cool, you should come out and we'll give you a whole bunch of plastic surgery to make you like a real person." And then they had a beauty contest using the rebuilt ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's they call them the Swan because they turned pretty after being ugly for so long. It was real weird.
Shut up, Swan.
And I actually worked with a dude who was like the husband of one of the fucking ugly ducklings.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
She left him, didn't she?
He might have gone on to be the winner of that season. I don't remember.
Lee, have
Would it be-
you watched any more of The Curse, or are you still behind?
God damn it! No, I keep wanting to do it, but Nicole keeps distracting me with other shit.
Because
It's
there's
fine.
actually a bit in The Curse where Dougie, the producer of the reality show, talks about one of his
The guy
previous
is such a
reality
piece of shit.
shows. And it
Oh
was
yes, it was like the guy that was a burn victim.
it was a burn victim dating
Yeah.
show. So fucked
And-
up.
I am shocked that hasn't been on Netflix because Netflix does some wild shit too.
Mhm.
Although Netflix does shit like, they put everybody, like Nicole likes this one show where they put people in like the separate pods. It's Love at First Sight or some shit, some dumbass name like that.
Yes.
But so the idea is that they do their courtship through like a fucking wall basically, and then like they pick to get married or not or some such bullshit. But everyone on the show is like a 10. So like they're all just fucking models, so there's no like your thesis is bullshit. Cause it's like, you want that shock of, oh my god, I fucking fell in love with this guy and he's a Minnesota too. That's where the drama comes from. Not, oh thank God, he's an underwear model.
Yeah.
I digress. So Kelly, read any good news lately?
No, what's up?
Kelly had a hell of a couple of days.
Yeah, I was really sorry, you caught me off guard. I was trying to make a poll in FriendCon to see if people thought you would go to the Super Bowl to meet real life Optimus Prime.
If Lee found out real life Optimus Prime was going to be at the Super Bowl, he'd be like,
And then he went and got himself a nice beverage, but then he spilled it down the stairs and he went, "Oh no, root beer, no, root beer, root beer, no, root beer, no, root beer."
That's so stupid.
Nicole was like,
Kelly, you have to link Jose to the root beer video if he hasn't actually seen the video. It makes it so much better.
Okay, I'll send that. But yeah, this week had maybe the single biggest story in wrestling of the past decade, probably longer.
Yeah, probably since somebody double murder suicided their family.
Yeah, probably. So there was a lawsuit
Speaking
dropped.
of CTE.
Yeah, speaking of CTE, on Vince McMahon, alleging horrible acts of sex trafficking, rape, and other such related things.
Yes, sexual abuse across the board. Like,
Yeah.
what's wild to me is this is the same shit that he got removed for in the first place, but they definitely framed that like it was, sure, they were paying off women, but it was all consensual because they were affairs or whatever.
It did not come off as horribly monstrous.
Right.
As it does.
Whole different ball game, not consensual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And
basically
you wanna
what
talk-
happened.
Boy, howdy, it was not that, according to these documents, because holy shit.
Yeah. So what happens is this poor girl's family, she was basically a caregiver for both of her parents, and they both passed away, and she was kind of just thrust into the workforce with zero experience and way later in life than you typically would be. So she was like, shit, I have no idea what to do. And someone in her apartment building was like, hey, Vince McMahon owns a condo. I'll put you in touch with him, and he can give you some advice.
Yeah, I've got some questions for that guy. Continue.
Yeah. And then everything went to hell from there. Initially, Vince seemed very helpful, but things got weird from there, and she would go like meet with him to talk about stuff, and he would just be in his underpants and be like, hey, why don't you give me a hug? I'm helping you out. And then he gave her a job at WWE. And then she was like, I just seem very underqualified for this. He's like, nah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then gross sex stuff started to happen that she was pressured into because she needed this job desperately. And, when a incredibly rich man is offering to pretty much keep you afloat, yeah, I guess, you end up getting
Shatting
pressured to
your
do
pride
stuff.
to a million pieces and horrible
Yep.
things. Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
Real sex slave energy.
Yeah.
It really
just
is.
like a step above sex slave. Like, it was fucking gnarly.
Like
And-
you're getting paid at least, but
real
Yeah,
gnarly shit.
It's a 67-page lawsuit, and it's really rough reading.
yeah,
she's
the-
got receipts too, which is the crazy thing.
Those
Like,
first few details came out that Friday morning or whatever, and I was like, okay, I don't need to read the rest of it because that's a lot of darkness.
yeah, the highlights are terrible.
Yeah,
I can't imagine the details are any better.
Like it's not like I'm trying to, believe that it didn't happen. It's just like, yeah, I don't need to be presented with it face to face. I'll just take your word for it that it's fucking awful.
Yeah. You haven't lived until you've read Vince McMahon texting.
Oh, it made me want to die.
refuse to
His
believe-
texts are just as upsetting as the contents of them, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the most vile shit you've ever read. And just random capitalization, loves using the letter U
Mm-hmm.
instead of the word U.
B, just a capital B.
I wish
Capital
he
B,
used
just-
more emojis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you want to, like, sext, go for it. But can you not write like a fucking 11-year-old, you know? Like,
Like, you can't use the phrase, you'll be covered in cum, and, like, two of those words are only a single letter each.
Oh my god.
yeah.
It's so shocking, but then once you read these text messages, you're like, oh yeah, of course. That's Vince
Yeah.
McMahon.
You
He's
can
been
read it
telling
in
us
his
this-
voice.
He's been basically showing us his kinks on television for the past 30 years.
Yep.
Openly admitting to his crimes.
Yeah.
What was it? So okay, the investigation started, or whatever led to the initial where Vince retired thing.
Yeah.
But before that, he came out on Raw, I believe, just popped out for a second to be like, y'all ain't getting me, fuck off. But he didn't say it in so many words.
That
But he
was SmackDown. It
Yeah,
was
okay.
an episode of SmackDown, and he walked out, and he said the tagline. He was like, WWE now, then, forever, and then he walked out.
basically, I'm.
And you had
You're not
all the
getting rid of me.
fucking bootlickers in the building
Thank you,
clear,
Vince. Mhm.
cheering and clapping and bowing down to him. Gross.
It's real fucked up. Oh, I want that dude that she talked to at the condo or the apartments or whatever. Was
Yeah.
this guy just trying to help, or was he tasked with finding victims for Vince?
It
There's been
sounds
no implication that it's
Like-
like sinister, you know?
No, it did sound like it was just someone that was trying to help and was like, hey, you know, this guy runs a company, he might be able to help you.
But it definitely it was definitely grooming from the moment they met,
Yes, 100%.
whether or not
Like,
that
he
person
instantly
had-
knew
yeah.
what he had there
Mhm.
and was just like, all right, pal. We're gonna Vince, self, we're doing this. Oh, good, Stone Cold's here to beat his ass.
I mean, you hope Stone Cold's here to beat his ass and not to fucking give him an attaboy, right?
I hope not.
That's
I hope
like
I
that's
hope
what
it's
we're
Stone
now
Cold
left
and
with.
his delightful cat Poncho here to help.
We're left with who else knew, who else participated.
God damn it.
I did see it earlier this morning. Dave Meltzer posted something that he was talking to someone that used to work in the company, and they were discussing this. And the guy goes, "Oh, you didn't know about any of this? Shit, I thought everyone did."
That's wild.
Yeah. So there's a lot more people that know about this
Another
stuff.
great point that Meltzer and the Observer brought
Horrible.
up is
Fucking horrible.
this particular lawsuit is because Vince stopped paying regards
Yeah.
to the NDA. There was a deal. I will pay you this much. You keep your fucking mouth shut. He stopped
The
paying.
agreement was to pay her $3 million in installments, and he stopped paying after $1 million.
After $1 million. And we have seen some of the awful, terrible, just evil shit that he did to her. And the payoff was $3 million. But over the past 20-something years, he's paid upwards of $20 million to multiple women. In fact, one woman...
Oh my God, that's a very good point.
One woman walked away with $11 million. More money than Bret Hart ever made wrestling for the WWF.
Yeah.
What did he do to her?
Fuck. Man, I don't want to open up that fucking shoebox.
No,
That's a horrible thing to think. Good
You don't
God.
want to know. You don't want to know what he did.
My God.
But we need as many people to come out and tell their stories as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
If
at this
dumbass is
point-
gonna fucking, not pay up, he deserves. Oh God. Woof. Man.
Yeah. And at this point, it's more so because Vince is gone. He can't come back anymore. Like now with the merger, he's out. Like he's done. He still has stock, but it's no longer a controlling share.
Mhm.
Like he used when it was just the WWE, he owned 82% of the voting stock. Now with the TKO merger, he's at 11%. So it's still a decent amount of the company, but not to the point where he can control everything. So he is effectively out. But that doesn't mean that you can just stop the investigation. Because
Right.
you need to cut out anybody that knew.
Because like Ronda Rousey said, even though Vince isn't there, Bruce Pritchard is there. Bruce Pritchard is there.
Yep. And that's just Vince's avatar in
Yep.
her words.
And good for her for fucking naming names, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Fucking busted clock is right twice a day, isn't it?
Yeah.
The meme about, the person with the worst opinions finally made a good point.
Mhm.
Hey, it happens once in a while, man.
Yeah.
It does happen.
And
Yeah.
more of that, please.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Let's get it out there.
But I really think that we're going to see a house cleaning because I think the Endeavor side of the company is going to push for it.
Well,
Especially because the head of Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, his daughter works for WWE
Mm-hmm.
in the legal department. Like, this could have been her.
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Well,
So I 100% believe that homie's going to be like, nah, everyone's gone.
it could have been her if she was in the same situation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because they do definitely, guys like that do look for that
yeah,
vulnerability.
Vince isn't
Yeah.
stupid enough to rape Ari Emanuel's daughter.
No.
He makes sure that you have no living parents first.
Yeah.
And you have they would have no control over him whatsoever. It's disgusting.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's fucking
But
horrible.
so on Twitter, I had the gall to say that, people should ask questions about this at the presser after
That's right.
the Royal Rumble.
Because the
'Cause it
story
was the
comes
day
out on
before
Friday.
The Royal Rumble
Well,
was coming. Yeah.
Was it Thursday or Friday that the story
The
came out?
story broke Thursday.
And then the
And
Rumble
then
is on Saturday.
Vince resigned Friday,
Friday
and then the
evening.
Rumble happened Saturday.
Yeah.
And so I was pushing on Twitter. I'm like, hey, these people, these so-called journalists need to ask questions. They're given an opportunity to. So you know what? They fucking need to.
Yeah.
This is the biggest story in a decade plus. And the amount of people that were just like, oh, you're just trying to stir stuff up, trying to get internet clout.
You've never had a
China
real job in your life, Kelly.
I know.
You don't know how that shit works.
I would have no idea how that job works. Trying to
Sometimes-
and like saying that, oh, they're just gonna say no comment, and it's like, yeah, that's fine. That's what you expect. But then it's still, I pushed
Out
this
there.
point home so many times. Regardless of if they say no comment, one, that is a statement on the record.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it puts pressure on the company.
Mm-hmm. Well, we forgot to mention that the only reason Vince resigned is because Slim Jim pulled out of the Rumble.
Yep.
That's when everybody was like, okay, this has gone too far. Better snap
Slim
into a
Jim?
resignation.
Snap into a future endeavor.
Your points are great though, Kelly, and everyone was making, every smart person was making this point on Twitter. Like, if
Yeah.
you have the access, you have an open microphone to talk directly to Triple H, you better fucking ask him about this. And if you get a no comment, you get a no comment. But sometimes you'll get him to say that he hasn't read any of it and he doesn't know, and he just wants to keep the good vibes going, guys.
Yeah, you'll get him to say, I'm not really gonna focus on that. I just want to, we had an amazing week. I just wanna
Amazing
focus on
week.
that."
In case you didn't know, Mahoney, Triple H is Vince McMahon's son-in-law and one of the highest executives in the company. And when asked what he thought about the lawsuit, he just said he didn't read it, and they had an amazing week.
But he's also very likely named in the lawsuit as
he's most likely corporate officer number 1.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
If I'm going to be listed in a lawsuit and I'm going to be listed as corporate officer, I hope I'm like corporate officer 20 or like corporate officer 43. I definitely don't want to be corporate officer number 1.
No.
I don't know enough about how this stuff works, but like I don't understand why he is corporate officer number 1, because when they name McMahon and Laurinaitis, maybe because they're
It's two
the
degrees.
the suit is to them or something.
Yes, because she
Yeah.
wouldn't, like, Triple H, I guess, as far as we know, would have no reason to actually be sued by her.
Even though she's
Sure.
suing the company.
Yeah, but like him as a person is not a defendant in it, and there's not really a reason to name him as such.
But
That's
Yeah,
why
that makes
Brock
sense.
Lesnar, who is essentially named but
The
not
talents,
really,
right? Yeah.
is just a talent / former UFC champion,
former
that was
UFC
trying.
heavyweight champion. Wonder who that is.
Yeah, it's like, well, who could that be? And then the Wall Street Journal, where the news broke, was just like, yeah, it's Brock Lesnar. But yeah,
Fucking
so
wild,
I
yeah.
spent I can't remember the last time I was so active on Twitter. Just
People found
arguing.
You
with
got the
idiots.
heat, boy. You posted a good tweet and it started to gain traction, and as soon as a tweet gains traction, you're gonna get the fucking haters coming into your mentions. That was Kelly with the quote tweet button.
And it felt like, to me, it's like, all right, we need to keep pushing this because we need to put pressure on the people that are going to be in the room.
And it fucking worked. Bullying
It worked.
works. 3 people asked him questions.
Yeah. And one of those 3 people for sure, 4 people technically, because Nick Hausman asked Cody when he had the opportunity.
Right.
So 4 people technically. One of them for sure, Brandon Thurston, was going to ask no matter what, because he's a big boy and actually knows what he's doing. The other 3, we definitely bullied into asking.
Right, because they were real resistant to it.
Yeah.
They're like, they just wanted to have the good vibes, right? They just wanted to vibe out. It's Royal
Exactly.
Rumble.
Sometimes
I got my
you
shoes
you
packed.
don't get that option.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to be a hero.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do your fucking job.
Yeah. That's why
Kelly?
you got that press to be the press, not the bitch.
Kelly, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but how would you have, what question would you have asked if you were given the mic?
What did I I had a few listed, because I would have said, obviously you just have to ask, like, what are your thoughts on
So
this
what's
matter?
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You had an amazing week, huh? One of the questions would have been about Brock Lesnar's status in the company going forward.
Brock Lesnar, who allegedly was planned for a spot in the Rumble, and they then quietly replaced him with Braun Breaker and made Braun Breaker do all the same spots that Brock was going to do.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who ended up winning that?
Cody.
The roller coaster.
And then CM Punk tore his fucking tricep again.
Yep.
So the story's finished?
No, he
No,
still
not
has
yet.
to win at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Okay, so my list of questions that I just came up off the top of my head with were: is there going to be a deeper internal investigation?
Love it.
Were you or anyone you know ever shown pictures? What is Brock Lesnar's status going forward?
Ooh.
What steps are being taken to make sure something like this doesn't happen again? How will you assure investors and promotional partners that all parties involved in this will be held accountable?
Simple.
And that's
easy.
just what I came to the top of my head in like 5 minutes.
And not even confrontational. Yeah.
No. The most confrontational one was the pictures one.
Right.
Because we know that Vince was going around showing people pictures of her and be like, "Oh, this piece of ass. You want to get it?" And then, like, according to him, there was... Yeah. According to him, there was 12 people in the tech room that was like, "I don't want to go with you." Meaning, hey, you know how Kevin Dunn retired like a week prior to this? Oof. I bet someone heard this was coming out and was like, I gotta get out while the getting's good.
Mm-hmm.
But
He said he felt disrespected with Vince no longer there. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because who's gonna bother with him? He's gone already. He's retired. He made his money. Like, he can just ride off into the sunset.
Absolutely wild, man.
You know,
Yeah.
when you're
But
young
so,
and naive,
yeah.
you think that people want to get rich and have power because women are attracted to money and power. No disrespect, women. I did not realize that for a lot of these fucking weirdos, it's they want to get to the point where they have enough power to where they could just abuse people and
Yeah.
not have to answer to it. I was
Yeah.
just totally clueless for decades.
Well, they also started with a kink, but then that kink rises with the power. So now you just got to keep pushing that limit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then the kinks probably just kind of get out of hand.
Yeah.
Like shitting on somebody's head in a threesome and then making them continue with shit in their hair.
That's one of the most upsetting things in there.
It really is, because why would you want that in your threesome? I like.
The problem, Nyes, is that you're not a fucking monster, so you can't think that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to say I get it, but
Go on.
okay, if you're such a fucking freak that you're gonna shit on somebody's head in a threesome, like that's the last move, right? That's the climax. That's the.
Well, no, but that depends
Not
on
if
how
you're a
fucked
real
up
monster.
You are.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
might be where you start, or that's
Yeah, what are
Yeah.
you in fucking middle school,
that's
Nyes?
the
Come on,
seventh
these are
inning stretch.
this is big boy talk.
I guess. I'm just a little old Puritan over here.
absolutely insane.
Yeah. But yeah, so the press conference came, and once it got to Triple H, he was asked 7 questions, and 3 of them were about the lawsuit, which
And-
made me very happy.
And he fucking botched it. To
He
the point where
was
so
so
hard.
bad.
if he wasn't already in danger, he's definitely in danger now.
Oh yeah. All he
Because-
had to say was no comment. And he
Literally,
didn't.
that's it. Yeah.
Because
I
it
plead the
wasn't
fifth.
really mainstream news until after the press conference.
He fucked it up so bad it became a massive story.
And they were quoting him in the headlines. The
Yep.
one that was like, Vince McMahon accused of sex trafficking. Triple H says amazing week.
Yep. And that's the crazy thing, is they did not take him out of context.
No.
That's exactly what his response was. Like, it's insane. And again, that's why you ask.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
again, he could have said no comment, but
Yeah.
he didn't.
No, instead he put his fucking foot in his mouth.
Oh,
I'm not implying he had anything to do with this, even though if you've been at that company long enough, and if you've been at a level to where you're working directly at Vince, you're immediately sus.
you know,
But
you can't be that close to him and not know.
the fact that CM Punk just completely killed his AEW career and then had to come crawling back to the WWE right about the same time that one of the biggest, most disgusting investigations in company history is happening.
And he hurt himself on his
And
first
he
televised.
fucking hurt himself. He doesn't even get his WrestleMania match. He doesn't get his WrestleMania check.
Nope. He
If-
does not.
He needs to hang it up at this point. Like, his body just can't handle it anymore.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Paper mache.
What a
man.
fantastic return on that investment.
You know, maybe if he wasn't sitting on his couch for 10 fucking years and training,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be falling apart at the seams. You know who can still wrestle a match? Colt Cabana.
Yup. Fucking Sting is out there doing its thing.
Yeah. And also,
Matt Hardy, kinda.
like, you didn't even really wrestle a match, dude. It was you were number 28 in a Royal Rumble.
He was 28.
Or it was 27 or 28.
He was 27.
Okay.
Jesus, come on.
I didn't watch the Rumble at all, but
No.
from what I've heard, he was like gassed after 2 minutes.
They should put him and Rock in a match to see who gets gassed sooner.
Who tears a pec faster?
I said, because we were watching Collision while the Rumble was going on, because fucking Collision Cowboys and shit. I think, because this was the first year Collision was airing, and then the Rumble's also on Saturday nights now, they should do a Collision Rumble every year while the Rumble is going on.
Yeah, that fucking cage match instead, which is kind of brilliant as well.
Yeah, the cage... The rules were fucking stupid, but it was
I haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, they made it work. It's not my favorite kind. I don't like escape the cage matches, but I thought they made it work.
Especially elimination, because why would you leave your partners behind?
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm right. So okay, I haven't got to that part of the show yet. I don't watch it live, but I keep hearing them talk about escape the cage elimination. So
Right.
all 6 guys are in the ring.
Yes.
And the point is to have your guys leave the ring,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? Okay. Yeah. So I thought to myself, that can't be right because that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you get out to leave? Because the first person who goes puts your team at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only version of that kind of match that I liked usually is when Dragon Gate would do their Dead or Alive cage match, where it was a team escape the cage match, but no matter who the last 2 people in the match were left, like whether or not they were from the same team, it turned into a hair versus mask match.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like, I think then that's cool because it's like, all right, there is definite incentive to get out of there as soon as possible.
Right. Yeah, that's dumb as fuck.
I
Doesn't
know
make any sense.
when during the Attitude Era and when I was watching the most, cage match rules were escape. You're trying to climb over the top,
Climb
or
the
go
top,
out the
or
door.
be a bitch and go out the door. Right.
But the way cage matches were originally devised is it's a way to keep people out. It's the people that are always having other people interfere in their matches. You do a cage match, so it's just one-on-one. You beat each other inside the cage. There's no trying to escape.
The escape the cage came from WWF or WWF,
right?
But even then, but it works one-on-one. Even then, that works. You know,
because initially it was a gimmick for fucking Bruno. He would just beat the shit out of a dude and then waltz out of the cage. Like that was just his thing. Like that's where they started doing that. It was because it was kind of just a baller move. Like it wasn't the I'm escaping getting out of here the nick of time. It was he just beat the shit out of the guy and then waltz on out.
That is a pretty baller move. Yes,
and
that's the thing. It works for that, but like when it's people just trying to run away from each other, I don't like it.
Yeah. But hey, at least they didn't fucking sex traffic anyone.
They sure did.
Sure didn't.
As far as we know.
Yeah. So the press conference, the first question asked of Triple H is about the fucking Netflix deal. which now it made me go, who cares? I think I said, love to know what Netflix can do for sports entertainment.
I saw
And that's
someone who
when
was
Mo-
like, I want to see Netflix cancel their deal with WWE. And it's like, I don't think they can. I think that's signed.
Yeah. At this point, the best case is they get out at the 5-year mark.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? The weird thing is, though, they're with the Netflix deal is it starts at the beginning of the year. The current USA deal ends at, I believe, the beginning or end of September. So there is a window where no one knows where Raw will be airing.
Fucking YouTube, like AEW Dark.
It might be. But yeah, so the first question's about Netflix, and I was like, oh, fuck, all right, here we go. Then we actually got 2 questions in a row about the lawsuit, which, great. Then you get this fucking idiot who's like, oh, man, hey, Trips, is this the best roster you've ever had? It's like, what the fuck?
Was that
What a
your
plant.
Wooly Willy guy?
No, Wooly Willy guy was who asked immediately after Nick Hausman to Cody, where he was like, all right, now on to a nicer question.
What a fucking jamoke.
Yeah.
Took a bullet for the multi-billion-dollar company, that guy did.
Yeah. Looks like fucking Steve Buscemi variant of Wooly Willy.
I'm trying to find that tweet right now, and I'm not doing
Steve
it.
Fell, something like that. I don't know what his name was. That's not right. Steve Fell is the guy I went to high school with.
You've
Sorry,
just been
Steve.
lighting people up on Twitter that I just can't find it amongst all the
It's a lot.
all the amazing
And kind of what
stuff.
we're getting at earlier is one of the guys that got back at Kelly was like, oh, like you'd fucking say something if you were there. And that's what me and Nias were like, buddy.
That dude stopped replying to me after he said, he's like, I know, all capital, no, you wouldn't ask. And I said something along the lines of, you say that with all the authority of someone that just solved the mystery of who was shit in my pants. Log off and go watch The Wheel.
So we are so fortunate to have you as a friend, Kelly. You're one of those friends that I'm so thankful to have and so grateful that I'm not on the opposite side of this.
Yeah, no shit. Nobody wants those laser sights on their chest.
Tremendous. Absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, so keep an eye out on things, and we'll yell at the press more to ask questions, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Good job.
At-
Do
at
your
the-
job better.
At the
Yeah,
very
do your
least,
job.
yelling
See,
at
they're
these...
just worried about losing. Like, they don't want
Access.
to lose their in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't want to risk getting turned down for the press pass because they might ask a real question.
Right. And at that point, are you a fan or are you a fucking journalist?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
No, it's a
you're
bunch of
useless.
fans who want to go
Posers.
and enjoy their fucking free chicken nuggets,
Mm-hmm.
watch the show, talk to the wrestlers.
Yeah, that's all it's about.
It was kind of fortunate that we got to shit on some of these people for a good portion of the weekend because it prevented us from having to come to terms with the actual details of the whole lawsuit.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah.
We got to get some of that anger out.
Wild.
I'm glued to all the details except for the details, but I'm definitely keeping my fucking finger on the pulse of all of the developments in this because I think it's either just gonna go back to normal like it always does, or there's gonna be some significant changes happening, and I'm here for it.
There'll be
And
changes. Hey, I'm back!
Yay!
I have been trying to fix this for so friggin' long.
Well, you
Is
did
the
it.
computer
I
on?
You did it.
I did it.
appreciate
And that's a part of
it.
it. We need to keep making noise to make sure these changes happen. Need to keep yelling at people.
There'll be changes.
Yeah. It's become
there's-
too big of a story.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah, when Slim Jim is like, got changes.
Mm-hmm. C4 Energy is probably not too happy to be directly behind Triple H's head when he said that it was an amazing week.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably not.
You know who wouldn't have cared? Fucking Prime Energy.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been trying to say, but I couldn't talk for 40 minutes.
He was silenced.
If your father-in-law was accused of horrible crimes, you probably would not read any of the details about it either. You would just be like, "Oh, that's weird." I'm having a wonderful time though in my personal life. Other than that, why would you be interested in reading any of that?
Because it's
You're
your
having a
company.
great week.
It's not just your father-in-law. It's
Your boss.
The company that you're like the head of at this point.
Yeah, but like, who can be bothered in the midst of a great week to read all that?
Exactly. Point
Kelly said it was
proven.
67 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're really actually still super married to his daughter and not separated. Definitely
Yeah.
not separated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's probably going on and on about some kind of nonsense, and you're just like, babe, it is a great week. Can we please just enjoy it? Your dad's
Right,
in
the harsh
jail.
in my mellow.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Not a huge fan of people making Stephanie out to be some sort of hero, because apparently Vince hasn't seen his granddaughters in a while. But it's
Yeah,
like,
I probably wouldn't let him around any kids either.
No.
That's great, Stephanie, that you'll protect your own daughters, but what about somebody else's daughters?
And that's another point that Rich and Joe on the Voices of Wrestling podcast have been making, that people should have been asking these questions for months. Where it's like, hey, Triple H, why did your wife leave the only job she's ever had?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that seems weird. Why did that happen?
I'm a fucking dummy. I just kind of heard the headlines back when Vince retired, and then he came back, and I thought, it was kind of gross.
Also, when Vince retired, Stephanie came out and commanded the crowd in a cringe chant of "Thank you, Vince,"
Yeah.
which was horrible to watch live.
Yeah, the fact that we were all led to believe that this was just consensual affairs going on that people got paid off for, and Vince is gross and all that, but there's nothing super evil about it except probably abuse of power. And then
Sure.
why weren't all these journalists digging deeper into it and giving us the real story? And then we just get blindsided with it 2 years later.
Because they wanted their chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, also at that
I think
point,
one of the major problems is that there is still the term journalists, but there are no journalists. Like, there are no journalists.
Well, I mean,
some
No
out
one's gonna
there.
dig into the story. Covering WWE, I doubt it.
Oh
The
no.
corporate
They're real
world
journalists.
is definitely trying to make sure there aren't any journalists left, and this is definitely
Yeah.
this is the reason. If there's no journalists, then no one can call us out on our bullshit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
WWE is gonna end up buying Fightful and fucking closing it down or something. Oh, sorry, we just had to lay off 100 Fightful employees. The guy that said to Dave Meltzer, "Oh, you didn't know that? I thought everybody knew that." It's like, what? Like, say something.
Yeah.
Or it's just you're in such a little insular community that everyone's talking about it and you assume everyone else is talking about it.
I want to say that's a part of it. The wrestling bubble is very much a real thing where it's like, this is just their little world.
I saw it might have even been you, Kelly, who retweeted it. It was somebody who was talking about, hey, so if you're working at like one of these big newspapers or news organizations, find the biggest wrestling nerd closest to you to help you with this story, because they're going to have to handhold you through a lot of the ins and outs of the gross-ass wrestling industry that, people outside of it aren't necessarily privy to. You need to know all the details.
Yeah. You need to hear about that time Vince McMahon covered up a murder.
Which
Oh
one?
my god, that's right.
I guess he didn't cover up the Chris Benoit murders. He covered
No,
up
the Jimmy
Snuka's
Snuka
murder,
murdering his girlfriend.
But there's got to be a couple more in there, right?
Oh, for sure. That's just the one we know of.
I made the joke that Vince is going to parlay this into a vice presidential position with Trump.
Oh my god.
You imagine those two fucking sex pests running together?
I thought you were just asking us if we could imagine the two of them fucking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like something they do. I also couldn't comment when you were talking about the portion of his text where he was detailing out that he's like, "Hey, I showed 12 dudes these pictures of you naked, and then got into real in-depth details of what all 12 of them would do to you and how they would be expected to do it, and like the amount of time that they would break in between each group of 3." And it's like, can you imagine being one of those 12 guys and your creepy fucking boss is like, yeah. So then you'll do this, and then you'll do that, and then this guy over here, and you're just like, get me out of this fucking room. Like,
And you go to
what an
HR and they're
absolute
like,
nightmare moment.
you go to HR and they're like, that's just Vince.
Yeah. What's more upsetting, that or discovering that Vince owns a dildo that he named after you?
Holy shit, we haven't
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah.
his dildo fig fed. He has
I think being stuck in the room while he details it out is worse than finding out he named his dildo after you.
Well, I mean, he has a number of different size and colored dildos that are avatars for different wrestlers, and then he fucks her with them.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah. And
It's
he would like
on
act
the
out
scale of
storylines.
all the shit he did, like the least weird. That's like the dude from Spaceballs playing with his action figures.
Merchandising.
But also, like, it kind of puts you into it by proxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have nothing to it, but like, why are you bringing my name into this? Come, I don't
Yeah,
even want to.
exactly.
I don't even fucking like
you're-
you. Like,
You're otherwise uninvolved, and you're just like, oh, that I don't want to be part of this. Like, no, thank you. You
just
know, like
Vince is like, where's my Bobby Lashley dildo? I lost it.
it's
Good
certainly
question,
not
Shelton.
him taking a shit on your head, which taking a shit on somebody's head in a threesome has got to mean that 2 of the people in the threesome are now like, well, this is unfortunate. I don't want this to continue.
Well, no, Vince went to the bathroom to shower off, and then the other person in the threesome continued.
While she had shit in her hair and on her face.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Like, don't you feel like that was like under duress?
Well, yeah, that was the physical therapist who was probably essentially a sex slave as well.
Yeah.
what a real neat guy. What a real captain of industry.
Yeah.
Burn it all, fucking. Why do we like this stuff so much?
That's what I keep saying.
Hey, I stopped watching. I haven't watched WWE in years.
God bless it.
That's what Twitter told me. Twitter was like, this guy doesn't know shit about nothing.
And the
He won't
craziest
ask the
thing is
question.
like how recent all of this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like this is all started in like 2019.
He was doing this shit after Me Too happened. Like
Yeah.
he didn't pull back at all.
COVID was a wild time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't blame COVID for any of this.
No. In fact, thankfully, the girl was able to use COVID as an excuse to not fuck Brock Lesnar.
You. Fucking. All the U's, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Nail them all to the fucking wall. Just.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get them all out of there.
Yes.
They can go have their own sex pest wrestling company for all I care.
Wasn't that what was the one EC3 was running?
Oh, control your narrative.
Oh my god. Speaking of sex pests, I was doing a bunch of eBay. I was doing a bunch of eBay auctions this week, including I was selling a bunch of shirts, a bunch of old T-shirts, WWE shirts, shit like that. And I don't really wear T-shirts anymore. I wear the same black pocket T-shirt every day, so I don't need these shirts. So I'm selling my Joey Janela's Spring Break 2 T-shirt, which has the match card on the back. And boy, oh boy, if it isn't a who's who of sex pests from 4 years ago. Matt Riddle, David Starr, James Ellsworth. I'm surprised Joey Ryan wasn't on that card. I'm surprised Vince McMahon wasn't doing the ring announcing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But also,
That's
great
wild.
Sasuke was there.
Yep, he sure was. He
And actually,
sure was.
what was
Wild.
it? James Ellsworth wasn't there. He got replaced by Minoru Suzuki, right?
Well, Loki replaced Suzuki. I remember that. That was for Bloodsport.
Oh, no.
No,
Suzuki
he-
replaced Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
Loki-
don't remember who replaced
Loki
Ellsworth.
replaced He Who Remains.
Maybe
You're confused, Kelly.
maybe he did fight Ellsworth.
He might have.
I thought Ellsworth
There was a
pulled
lot
out for
going
some
on that
reason.
show, so I don't remember.
What a time.
What a time indeed. You got anything we're talking about, Mahoney? We wrapping this mother up.
Lee, I got a tweet to read you right here. It says
Oh.
an official report reveals
I feel like I'm gonna hate
Taylor
this.
Swift only receives an estimate of 0.46% of screen time during the football games that she attends. And then I'd like to read you this response, which says 46% is nearly half. Because, as we all
Oh
know,
my god.
0.46% is, of course,
Almost half.
46%.
Almost
Yep.
half.
half.
Almost
you-
half, yeah.
Could you imagine watching a football game and half of it is Taylor Swift?
Yeah, it'd be the best football game I've seen yet.
Nice. Why are you selling sauces?
I thought that people have sold sauces. I thought that they might fucking bite, but nobody bought my sauces.
Throw those in the garbage.
I probably
I'm buying
everything that
sauces.
doesn't sell, I'm gonna throw in the garbage anyhow. But I thought I did research. I didn't do eBay auctions of fucking Szechuan sauce or Megan Thee Stallion's hottie sauce just on a whim. I did some research. People were selling sauces. I thought I could get in on the sauce game. Kelly,
I
I'm
was
over
like,
here
oh
trying
yeah,
to-
I was gonna look and see what Knives was selling the other day, and then I forgot. So I was like, I'll do it now.
Kelly, I'm trying to be the sauce boss over here.
You got sauce?
Sauce Bob.
I actually had 2 of the Megan Thee Stallion hottie sauces, but I realized one of them was open, so I was like, "Oh, I can't sell that."
You've had an opened sauce
There
just
was
all
just-
this time?
There was just an open hottie sauce in my fucking container of condiments.
Was
Just-
it empty?
No, like the
Oh,
glue,
no.
like the glue had come apart. Like it wasn't
What the fuck?
open and dripping everywhere. It was just it wasn't. It, was no
like
longer
like
Um,
half used.
How much did it bother you that you had the SZECHU collection of Szechuan sauce, but not the AN?
I mean, at one point we did have the AN, but we used them.
Oh,
I bet you it would have sold better if I had the AN.
Probably.
oh absolutely, yeah.
I guess I just missed the fucking Rick and Morty spike.
Speaking
Well,
of sex
season 7
fest,
is just done, you know.
Yeah. Hey man, but if you want to buy my sauces, good deals. Check me out on eBay.
My sauce.
Busted.
Help make him the sauce boss.
Buy my fucking Joey Janela Spring Break 2 t-shirt, Kelly.
buy his 2014 Loot Crate stuff.
No, but really at this point, it's like either someone buy it or it's literally going in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I sold a box of old hats today for 99 cents. I don't have to pay for shipping, and it leaves my house. Wonderful.
Pretty good.
True. No, that's true. That's true.
I sold
This
two.
not
weird
all of
ass
us.
California raisin Happy Meal toy.
I sold 2 fucked up, incomplete superpowers vehicles for $20 today.
That's
See,
amazing.
This is the kind of shit I'll just stick in a box and send to Lee with something he actually wants.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't think one of you isn't getting some fucking hottie sauce for Christmas this year.
And it's the open one.
And really, like, I thought the hottie sauce would have some juice, especially with her beefing with Nicki Minaj this weekend.
That was quite the story.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj went MAGA, didn't she?
Kind of.
I don't know what started it, but I heard the Megan Thee Stallion response to it. Lee, did you hear any of this?
Of course not.
Okay, so Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion got in a beef, and Megan Thee Stallion wrote a line in a song that said something about, like, they're mad about Megan, but they should be mad about Megan's Law. Megan's Law, of course, being the law that requires sex offenders to report themselves and notify their neighbors, because
Right.
Nicki Minaj's husband is a sex offender.
Nicki Minaj's husband and brother are registered sex offenders.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've seen that movie.
It's an interesting take.
That's
a real interesting
It's like-
take.
It's a real fast way to shut them down when they're like, I think you suck. And they're like, your husband is a sex offender. You're like, oh, never mind. I'll be on my way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be over here. Not saying another word.
Nikki realized she was about to lose the battle, and then she decided to hop on Ben Shapiro's dick and tell him he's a good rapper.
Ugh.
All right.
And on that note,
I do want before we go, I do want to say one thing to Lee, because he seems like he doesn't give two fucks about this Taylor Swift stuff going on.
no, not at all.
But
I'm not mad about it, but I just don't
No,
care.
no.
I don't know.
wanna-
You sound mad about it.
No, Lee, I want to make you care about it. And it's
Oh,
simple. No,
Take a fucking shot.
no. But listen. So she's not doing anything wrong. She's not doing
Right.
anything controversial. She's not
Right.
saying anything to anyone. She's just going to football games to watch her boyfriend play football. She's supporting her boyfriend.
I don't
She's
know,
being a good
guys.
girlfriend.
I saw some pictures on Twitter that she was getting railed by an entire football stadium. So
I saw her get
That's
fucked
pretty
in the
controversial.
dumpster by Oscar the Grouch.
yeah,
So, and Travis Kelce, for all intents and purposes, seems like a really cool dude. His brother's really cool. They just seem like nice people. But
Have you heard the Republican conspiracy about this all?
Oh, that it's all a psyop.
It's all a psyop, and the Super Bowl is going to end with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift endorsing Biden.
Okay, so that is where I'm selling Lee. Is this young girl is going to support her boyfriend at football games, and not only are football fans losing it, but fucking MAGA people are losing it just because. And all she's doing
the
is going
MAGA
to football
people
games.
this morning said that if she supports Biden for the presidency in 2024, they will unleash a holy war upon her.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And Lee, they have influencers too, like Kid Rock and Ted Nugent.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That-
And Nicki Minaj now.
That's a direct quote. I didn't make that up. That is a direct quote.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh.
Remember the Ted Nugent? Wasn't he the guy that it was like Ted Nugent at the fucking Waukesha Chili Festival said
Yes.
Taylor Swift has no talent? It's like, okay,
You want to talk about sex pests?
you're at a chili festival, sir. You didn't even make the chili.
I just don't get it. But, you know.
Well, are we sure he did not enter the Chili Fest?
I mean,
You
I
know,
feel
that's
like the
a
article
fair
would have mentioned
point.
it if we did.
Can we get confirmation?
You
Imagine if it was like Ted Nugent who came in 18th in the chili festival.
Lee, you say you don't get it, but you do get it. You get it. You know how crazy people are these days, and white women have just latched onto Taylor Swift, and it's overall it's a positive thing, and
Yeah.
could
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it's not positive.
prove
it's not
to make
at
positive
all.
change
It's
the
just
world.
not at all interesting.
It's not, but it's just it's the best thing we got going on right now in this
like
country.
that's what it is for me. It's so incredibly uninteresting, and yet people are profoundly interested.
They're
and
bothered.
It just puzzles the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm. But what's also funny about it is they complain about showing her on TV all the time during these football games, but they only show her when her boyfriend makes like a good play. But the problem is he's a good player, so he makes a lot of good plays, so they're gonna show her a lot. How about this? Fucking stop Travis Kelce and you won't see Taylor Swift on your TV. Or she'll look sad.
I think that is the moral of the story, actually. Yeah, that's how you do it. Wild, man. Well, I hope everyone enjoys the game whenever it is.
It's a week from Sunday.
Okay, well, there you go.
And then Pop Fantasy Football 2024 season starts up a week after that.
Whole thing's fucked.
Bye.
Whole thing's
Done
done.
that way.
Where's my
Can't
fucking
wait.
soundboard? This Discord app is fucked up.
All right. I will continue to not understand. They may continue to try to explain it. We'll continue to do this.
That's Lee not understanding.
Yes.
Now you're
We'll be
just
back
not
in this
understanding.
Whenever he sees a story about a celebrity he doesn't understand.
I finally learned who Dua Lipa was like last week.
Oh, hell
I
shit.
know. I'm the one who showed her to
Yeah.
you.
Fucking
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's who that is. Okay. So yeah.
She's
We'll
Argyle.
be back. She's what?
She's
She's
Argyle.
Argyle.
You guys have seen
What?
that trailer for that
What are these
Argyle
words
movie,
mean
right?
in that
She's
order?
in,
Oh,
she's in that? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's the main chick in the beginning of it. In the
Oh,
trailer.
no shit.
The one all
Oh, okay.
dancing and prancing.
Is it
I know
out?
it looked fucking awesome. I think it comes out in a couple weeks, maybe. I can't wait. It looks great.
You know, you see a performer like doing
Have you guys seen the trailer for Monkey Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Holy shit, that movie looks awesome.
It really does. More of that, less of everything else.
Like, I was half asleep when I started to watch that trailer, and by it, like, I was fully awake and pumped, and I was like, all right, I want to go see this right now.
I want to go fight a monkey.
I want to go
Telling
fight
on
a
his
monkey
couch
man.
like,
Pretty much.
Almost exactly.
Kelly
All right,
over here like Vince McMahon when he sees a woman cry.
Aw.
Right.
Jesus.
Oh.
put that on the soundboard.
Can't end this fast enough.
You wish.
For Jason Knights, Jose Guzman, Kelly Harris, and our good buddy Mahoney, I am the Lord Reverend Leonard Rodriguez. Goodbye. It's so stupid.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
Fucking Google something.
Demonetize this.
Holy shit.
Demonetize this.
Fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
I didn't want to say it.
Demonetize this.
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
Demonetize this.
Fucking
Class bitch.
Demonetize this.
Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
Demonetize this.
fucking Google ass bitch. That's it. Show's over. We're done.
See you next Tuesday.